Welcome to Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed, a space to connect with spiritual insights, open-minded perspective, and healing transformation. Hosts Kelley Eckhart and Cheryl Murphy are working evidential psychic mediums, spiritual teachers, and published authors who are coming together in friendship and teamwork to serve through the energy of spirit, healing, and animal communication. Each week, we invite you to join in a mixture of candid discussions, visits from guests and experts, intuitive development, and live readings to encourage everyone while exploring their multifaceted spiritual path. Come ready with questions and curiosities. And now, here are your hosts, Cheryl Murphy and Kelley Eckhart.
Hello and welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to our program, Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. What a great day. Let me say hi to Kelley, but let me first say it is so hot where we are right now, Kelley. I don't know if it's hot where you are in California,
It is pretty warm. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
pretty warm for the area because I'm not too far from the beach, but it's hot.
It's a hot one today. Where did it come from? It
I
feels
don't
like
know.
East Coast.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to deal with this in Southern California. I mean, that's how Sacramento is in the summer. But I'm in SoCal now, and I'm like, where's my nice beach weather?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, we just want to welcome everyone to our show today. And Kelley, I know you're on the go and you're down in Huntington. Is that right these days?
Well, that's Minster, close enough. But yeah, I've been mostly spending my time in Huntington at the beach. But yeah.
Good. Well, at the beach sounds like where you need to be.
Yeah, it's beautiful down there. It really is. I just miss this so much.
I'm great. And we have so many lovely people logging on. Let's say hi to some of our listeners as you're coming on live with us today. We're so thrilled that you're here. I see Edge of Reality and
I
Ariel.
love that. I was just reading that. Yeah, I love that name.
And we have Jennifer, we have Dee. Hey, Dee. We have Mermaid. We have
Ariel.
Orion. A lot of people live on Instagram, live on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, everyone. And we'll go ahead and get started with our topic today. It is called Messages for the Collective. Kelley, this is going to be an interesting topic for today. I feel like this is something new for us to dive into.
I know I'm a little nervous because I never really do like messages for the collective other than in my newsletter. Like I try to put one together each week with tarot card readings. And so I do that in my newsletter, but it's not like what we're doing here. I'm a little nervous.
So messages for the collective. And really, I always love to, invite our audience members to join us about like, what do you feel the messages are that Spirit is saying for you this time? And what is it that you feel Spirit is wanting you to release? Because what I'm hearing from my clients is, a lot of people go through change around the same time or transformation at the same time. And we can be tuning into that.
Yes. Hello, Jared.
Hi, Jared.
Yeah.
Jared the medium, everyone. What a wonderful guest. We have to have him on again.
And we just got all those little snippet videos of Jared. I got to post them all, or maybe I did. I don't know how that works. But they're great videos. Yeah. So there is a theme going on right now. I agree. And I know that even in our like spiritual communities, we'll talk sometimes and everybody be like, is anybody else experiencing this? And it seems like we all are, right? Not a lot of the same types of scenarios. And I don't know, I mean, you and I haven't talked about this recently. I'm just curious, what kind of things or themes are you going through in your readings recently?
Well, in my readings, I'm doing a lot of relationship readings for people.
Yeah.
Whether it's about a new relationship or just trying to mend a current relationship, a lot of, mother, daughter, father, son feeling, so it's in the immediate family. But I am getting a lot of people asking me, why is this happening? Or I came from nowhere, this behavior, or is it going to work out? Are we going to ever communicate?
Yeah, like with their own children or other
Yeah.
family members.
Yeah.
There's been a real disconnect with families, I wanna say, over the last, like, 6 years since COVID. It may
Mhm.
have started before, but I really noticed it happening during this time, and I also noticed there's a big theme, and I really feel that it's tied to social media because there's a big theme on social media of like just cut off your family instead of like the theme yeah, it's toxic, and it's like, oh, your family's toxic, cut them off, cut your family off. Yes,
Mm.
there are toxic families and sometimes that is necessary, but I don't think it's necessary as much as people are saying. I think that it's really important to learn for us all to get along and work through things. And these are great skill sets to use in life. So I'm not a big like cut your family off. I would have been like, I'm somebody that should have cut off their family. If like this stuff was happening when I was 20, I would have been like, yeah, I'm cutting off my family. And I would have followed it, which would have been a bad mistake because my family, although they are dysfunctional, we are there for each other. You
Mhm.
know, and there is love, and nobody's going to know you like your siblings and your parents. And, they might not be great, but they did the best they can in my book, with what they
Mhm.
got. Right. And so I do think there's like this cutoff of not just our family, but our friends or things like it's really easy to just like let go of people. And that kind
That's
of concerns me.
it's what it sounds like. It sounds like people are just giving away their power to social media, they're
Yeah. Yeah.
letting social media decide for them, right, without having to think about, what's important to your life.
Yeah, or just really how that's gonna affect like, imagine disconnecting from your mom because, like, you just didn't get along. Instead of trying to figure out a way to get along with her, you're just gonna cut her off, and then you're gonna have your own kids, and they're gonna be not gonna have a grandmother, right? And they
That's
might have
true.
got along with grandmother great. Maybe they get along great, but you and mom didn't. You and your mom don't, right?
Hey, a lot of grandmothers have raised their
And
grandchildren,
a lot of times I hear repeatedly in readings, "Hey, I don't get along with my mom, but my grandmother, she was like another mom to me."
Yeah.
And grandmother and grandchild get along, but grandmother and daughter don't and that happens. But it doesn't mean you cut out your family.
Mhm.
Let's figure a way to tolerate and work with each other and set boundaries
Mhm.
and still keep each other in our lives, right?
Yeah, let's see what Bernadette says. She says, "Mine's cut off. Mine's toxic and beyond dysfunctional.
And you have
I've
to cover
tried and it was killing
agree.
me."
Yeah, I agree. And maybe, they're cut off now, but maybe in 5 years or 10 years, they're doing some deep work on themselves or they're doing what
Mhm.
they need to do and they might reach out to you. I'm going to say if they do, give them an opportunity to prove themselves
Mhm.
because that's your family and we chose them for a reason,
Mm.
right? So I do
Well,
feel that, like it's
I
it's time to be there for each other, everybody, whether we're family or friends or we all have to start being there for each other and showing up.
yeah, and look, people these are your teachers, right? People who ruffle our feathers, who rub us the wrong way, are teachers for us. We are
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
We are one soul. What they say, everyone is a mirror of us.
Oh my God.
And you know, uh, you know, personally, I always suggest, especially married couples who
Mhm.
are thinking about separating. I mean,
Yeah.
as a medium, I give them what I'm getting for them, but I also suggest, I'm not a professional therapist, and to please try counseling, try everything before you call it quits or you throw in the
Yeah,
towel.
put some work in there, but here's the
Mhm.
problem, and I get this because 'cause I've been in, like, a marriage like this. One person's the only one doing the work, the other person
Yeah.
is. So
Mhm.
if you're in that situation, there's nothing you can do but walk away.
Mhm.
I mean, because it's not worth you suffering and your children suffering because this person doesn't want to work on things.
Mhm. Let's see what edge of reality well, Ariel, let's see what Ariel says. I agree, Kelly. Sorry, we're bouncing around here. Let's go back to Ariel for a moment and see what Ariel said. She said, I agree, Kelly. And then here's edge of reality. My oldest daughter cut me off 27 years ago, no matter how often I've tried to reach out. So I have to respect her decision and remember we all have journeys. That is true.
It is so true. I mean, I come from a family where my sisters and my brothers kept my mom off. I cut her off for a short period when I was about 22 when I got married because she embarrassed me. And I was humiliated because I was really figuring out who I was. And I got married
Mhm.
too young. And I wanted this picture perfect like family, and I didn't have that. And so she embarrassed me. And she did some things that were unacceptable, and I just cut her off. And so did the rest of the family. But then I started getting older, and I realized that my mom was not healthy. My mom was mentally ill. And as a mother, I started to look at this with a different perspective,
This
and
is
she needed someone to look after her.
It's exactly what happens when you become the mother, right? When we become the parents, when we step into those shoes, you start looking at things a little bit differently.
Yeah, and I started realizing, like, shoot, she's got mental health issues. She's
Mhm.
on the spectrum, because I realized that early on in my 20s that my mom was definitely on the spectrum when I started learning about it. And she had mental health issues, and she had no family support. Like, her family cut her off because they didn't understand her autism. They
Mhm.
didn't. She was pretty autistic. No
Yeah.
boundaries, no
Bef
personal space, no filter,
Right.
and really turned off a lot of people. So,
Yeah.
I had to look at that and be like, I had to work to get my siblings to say, like, hey, I'm going to start taking care of mom. I was only 28. I'm going to start paying her phone bill and helping her get on her feet, because she was almost homeless at that point. And she was only like barely 60. It was really sad. So she, sometimes we have to look at the situation from a new perspective.
Mhm.
Look at that person.
Yeah, and also, talking about, messages for the collective. So a lot of people have been asking me about relationship problems, but also they're asking me about how sensitive people are and how they're feeling drained of energy and how empathic boundaries and energy boundaries. So it's very hard to deal with your people, your immediate family, and also people at work or, your friends. You have to build these boundaries, these energy boundaries where you are very sensitive. And we all teach this, right, Kelly? We teach how to build a boundary, how to, care for yourself, right? Practice self-care.
And I just want to say, like, kudos to my son, because I've been teaching him this, because I
Mhm.
learned it when he was a baby and no one taught me. And I didn't learn it until like he was 4 years old, right? So I was like 41 when the first time I'm learning about boundaries. And
Yeah.
I taught him about boundaries. And we've got, three of his friends here, and there's some boundaries being stepped over. And I was really proud of my son. And he said to one of his friends, "You're not allowed in my space right now. I need private time." And his partner needs private time.
Mhm.
Just go away from my door. Like,
Yeah.
they were like hounding him, and he was like, "I need," because they're all staying with us. And he's like, "I need some space." And he said it, and then they threw a fit when they were all out and about, and they took off and disappeared, one of the kids, and he was angry.
Yeah.
He handled it really well, and he set a boundary with the person. And I thought that was really impressive. And he told me, like,
Mhm.
"This is what happened, mom. I handled it this way, but like, I need help." And I
Mhm.
thought that was really mature.
Yeah.
And look at how different, like, life is when here he is 19 trying to navigate these boundaries on his
Mhm.
own as an autistic child. All of them are autistic to some degree on the spectrum. And
And
none of them have great skills, but it's
mhm.
working. I taught him.
And look, it doesn't matter how young you're learning boundaries, we all need to remind ourselves how to set boundaries for ourselves, that we all need this as intuitives, as empaths, as light workers, as we're all becoming more sensitive on this planet. And it is kind of feeling like a smaller world, right? We are all starting to open up more compassionately, more sensitively, and that requires good practice too, good self-care. As I mentioned, you really got to learn how to take care of your own energy field and not let people trample on you or give it away, or understand if it's your energy or someone else's energy. It's very, very
True.
important not to get triggered.
It is so
Yeah.
true, Cheryl. And I just wanted to say, somebody, they posted it up here. It was about boundaries on the other family dynamics on the other side, from Bernadette. Can somebody put that? Because I'd love to talk about that. Because
Hmm.
I want to say that my father took off when I was 7. He was an alcoholic. He just ran off, never came home. Found him when I was 29. Intuitively, I had a dream, said he was in Maryland. I thought he was in Arizona all those years. I looked in a phone book in Maryland and found my dad. It was a dream. Spirit showed me. I think it was my grandfather that I hardly knew, his dad, telling me where he was, because I remember it was a man who told me, and I was like, okay, I'll look. And I woke up and I went right to the phone book,
Oh,
at the library.
fantastic.
I had it online, right? Whatever. Found my dad, and I got some apology before he died. He did not make excuses. But after he died, my dad, who I didn't know very well, I mean, I was 7 when he left. He was an alcoholic. I didn't have, like, I don't remember him that much, just certain things. He has been the best dad in spirit I've
Mhm,
ever had.
mhm, mhm,
Like, he has saved my life in a near-death experience and a very close one. He has shown me my soulmate, my husband now, in dreams, telling me, like, he has been the best dad. So I do believe that our parents, if you think about it, like, when we're all born, we're just such pure souls. No, 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 society hasn't affected us. I mean, we're newborn infants, right? We're so innocent, so loving. We're so helpless, we're so vulnerable. But then life happens and things happen to people, and sometimes there's brain chemistry issues and people change. But when we go to the other side, we're not the way we were here. We're the way we were when we were first born. We're that pure soul again. And now we look back at our life and we're like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry for what I did. So a lot of times I get people that did not have good relationships with family, and then their family comes through in spirit and are like, I don't want to hear from my dad. I don't want to hear from my mom. I don't like her. And really what they're trying to do is come provide healing for their family, to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, you were right, I didn't treat you right, I was proud of you, I know I said I wasn't, or you know what I mean.
mhm.
There's a lot of apologies, and it's really important that whole, like, some people cut it off and don't want to hear it, but to me it's like, we need to hear it, we need to feel it, because that's going to help us heal, but it's also helping the spirit understand and grow,
Right,
right? we're
right.
we're, we're a team in a sense. We're all connected.
And so parents that you didn't see a lot when you were in the living, once they pass and you connect with them in a spiritual way, or you have a reading with a medium and they come through, there's a really greater understanding that they want to kind of make things right, or at least make things better.
Yeah.
They are also learning too. And I do believe that's that greater collective, that's that greater feeling, that greater meaning of evolution that we're all helping each other out with. So look, when you connect with your loved ones in spirit and they come through with a higher awareness of how they treated you, that is definitely an apology. And
Yeah.
you really want to start understanding that they are coming from a higher place, right? Now, they can still have the same personality, they can still have the same mannerisms, but there is a part of them that usually is asking for a closer relationship, if it was rocky here.
And you know what we can do as humans, as souls, and as parents ourselves, if we're parents, is we can teach our children how to cope with stress, how to cope with boundaries, like how to set boundaries and cope with people who cross over them. If we teach our children these skills, we'll have a whole new generation of healthy souls in 20 years. And I know this because I've raised 3 children. I've screwed up the first one. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a perfect person. I was 22, I was in a really bad marriage. The second one, poor thing, middle child syndrome. I mean, the two before, in front and after, were like high maintenance, and so poor thing, she got neglected. So she's got anxiety. And then I've got this younger one who I put all my energy into because he was autistic, or on the spectrum, who turned out to be fairly, like, healthy young adult, just needs some skill set still to manage, like, money and things like that. But I mean, these are, like, I'm learning along as a parent with each
Mhm.
child, and growing myself, because I didn't have these skills growing up. Nobody taught me how to raise children. I didn't have a mom to talk to. I didn't have a dad to talk to. I didn't know what to do. I had to wing it, which I think a lot of our society is doing. So when you look at your parents as just like a young person trying to figure things out and making a
Mhm.
lot of mistakes,
Mhm.
and then you look at yourself and realize, like, oh, what am I doing? You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard to kind of stand on your high horse and be like, my mom was horrible.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. They always say, right, you never know till you walk in someone else's shoes, really, what's happening. And that's really what we have to understand and really help. Always my goal, and I know yours too, Kelly, is to help empower people to their own intuitive abilities, to their own way of speaking to spirit, to let people know that, look, they're not alone. And that, look, life here on earth is an amazing place, and it does have its ups and downs, and it's got its own challenges that we're all going through at certain times. But look, as a general practice, when things are going well for you, when you can have gratitude in your life, know that that's when you have grown, right? Anytime we have gratitude, know that you have grown from something that was challenging. So look, we're always learning, and we're going to keep learning.
And it's really great to try to set an example for your children. Maybe you weren't perfect 10 years ago, but show them the growth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know my adult daughter, she's 28 now, and she used to say when I first started my journey, she was about 6. I didn't first start it, but I was really working on being a different parent and doing things differently when she was about 14 to 16. And she would say things like, I miss the old mom, the one who was always on time, the one that valued being 15 minutes early, the one that didn't make any mistakes, the one that, like, because I was a perfectionist.
Uh-huh.
And I let it all go when Aiden came because, he was on the spectrum. He never slept. And there was no way you could be a perfectionist with a kid like this. Couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything in the first 5 years,
Uh-huh.
And she didn't like it. And she was angry at first.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's acting a lot like I was in her 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And, all I can do is be an example of how much better life is when you let go of the control.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Let go of control and really understand that there is a vulnerability that's quite powerful. I think that's something that maybe as the collective, we're all learning. I know Brene Brown had a big impact when she spoke about vulnerability being a superpower. And that's what it is. We have to really kind of show our wounds. We have to share our stories in order to kind of come together and for healing. It's hard for people to heal on their own, but it is nice when someone's there to, be that shoulder to listen, or be that ear you can lean on. And really, that's how healing happens.
Bernadette said, is it wrong that as I suffer, I am angry at Source and my guides? And that really hits me because when my son died, I was really angry with the universe, and I was really angry with my angels. I was really angry with my guides, with my dad and spirit, with like everybody who I felt let me down for not telling me how to save him, because I didn't understand. And I get that feeling, Bernadette. I get angry. And what I've learned since then, I mean, it's been 10 years since he passed, is that that's just life is not supposed to be easy. We're here to learn. We're in class. We're in school. We're here to learn to make the most of every situation and succeed on our own in our own way and be proud of ourselves and learn to love ourselves. We're here to learn to understand things and why things happen. Will we ever understand why our own children die, or why people we care about die? No. But what are the lessons those people taught us by being in our lives? That's what we need to learn. What is the pain of losing that person teaching me as a soul, teaching me as a parent, teaching me as a medium? What are these lessons, this pain teaching me? And so it's a matter of your perspective. It's learning to have a perspective that teaches us to let go of these the anger, the pain, the suffering, because we don't need to do that. I could sit here and be in severely depressed mode. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was crying 2 hours ago because I thought of my son and I got sad and I missed him. But I allow myself to feel it, and then I let it go. And I know he's with me, and it's more to me. And now it's not a sad moment. It's a moment that brings him to my heart. I know he's with me at that moment. And it's really about the perspective of taking those life moments and not looking at them as suffering, but looking at them as, what have I learned from this? And how can I take this and share it with someone else and help them? That's what we all need to be looking at. How can we help each other? And how we're all in this together. I don't care what country you're from, what color you are, what race we're all connected. Like, if I do something that hurts somebody, it's going to hurt a whole bunch of people. We have to remember that. And it's going to hurt me. I might not realize it, but it's hurting me.
A lot of people as our viewer said, Bernadette is saying, is that she's mad and she's angry. And what I'm here to also share is that, look, anger, and it's hard when you're in the middle of it. Okay, let's
Yeah,
not
it
say
is.
this is easy. This is not easy. This is growth, and it takes a lot of guts to look at your own stuff. Believe you me, especially as a medium and intuitive. Anytime you go into a health profession where you're helping another, you do have to look at your own values and your own issues. All right, so don't get Kelly and I wrong that we don't look at our own things.
Oh,
We're both growing, right? We're both growing because that
I've
way
got
we can
a lot of
share. But the anger, as I mentioned, it's hard when you're in it. The anger, frustration. But
issues.
look, these are teachers. Your emotions are teaching you, and when you can get with someone or get some perspective, when you can meditate and go into the anger, go into the frustration. But these are the shadows, right? These are our shadow sides, and there's a lot of guidance there for us, but it is getting your attention, right? The anger, frustration, it gets our attention for a reason, like, whoa, something's not right with me. I'm not feeling good. There is a lesson to learn. Once again, not an easy road, and hats off to you for being with us on the show, because
Yeah.
it's all about growth and connecting with your soul and your spirit, understanding that you are much more powerful, much more intuitive, and this is something that you are processing, that you are experiencing, that will end up hopefully helping you, right? Every lesson, everything is a lesson.
Yes. Bernadette wrote it right in here. I'm in so much pain, so much physical pain. I have a spine and knee brace and mental health. I've lost everything. I'm screaming inside to the universe. Bernadette, I can relate to you because for the last 6 years, I've been dealing with so much pain. I mean, all my life. But the last 6 years, ever since I got the COVID shot, and I'm not against shots at all. This was not me. I'm not against them at all. But the COVID shot triggered an autoimmune response in me, and I have a connective tissue disorder, which I just got diagnosed in the last few months. I didn't know about. It's pretty severe. My son has it. It's how my other son died. We know now. It goes back generations. My mom had it. My grandmother had it. My dad possibly had it. And I've been in pain since like early childhood. Like I have scoliosis and my lower back pain. I was in physical therapy till I was like 10. My mom used to take me to healers. I've had arm pain, elbow pain, shoulder pain, neck pain. Right now I'm in my 50s. My spine has started collapsing in my 30s. I have degenerative disc disease. My neck is collapsing. It's affecting my hearing. It's affecting my voice and my vision. My sister just had her trachea rebuilt. I think I'm going to have that done. My sister had a double knee replacement. I'm going to probably have to have my knees redone here soon. They're telling me I'm in a lot of pain. Am I going to let it stop me from living my life? No, because I know our time here is short. We never know when tomorrow could be the last day. And I learned this lesson from what I do, from losing my own child, from losing people I love. And so for me, I'll suffer through the pain to go have an experience, a memory. I will go to the beach and walk 10 miles with my family if they're having fun, because I'm having fun. I don't care about the pain. I will go to Disneyland and get a wheelchair after 8 hours of walking when my back goes out, and still stay at Disneyland till it closes, because this is why we're here. It's for them. Everything Spirit tells me has nothing to do with anything but the love, the memories, and the connections. And that's what I'm here for. And that's what my son tells me all the time. Mom, you honor me by living and pushing past this pain and finding a way to heal yourself. And one of the things Spirit's been teaching me this year, because my pain's been excruciating this year, and I've had days where I can't get out of bed for 2 days. I'm like bedridden. And I have to fight my way out of bed. It's bad. I don't think people realize how bad it is, because I don't share this. It's probably the first time I've shared how bad it is. It's kind of embarrassing, and I don't know why I'm embarrassed. But on those days, all I do is I talk to Spirit, and I'm like, help me get the strength to get back. So I've been healing myself by taking supplements that I know will help me feel better. I'm on this 28 supplements a day, but it's curing my stomach problems. It's helping me make it through the day. I'm doing whatever it takes and I'm talking to spirit and getting guidance from it. And I know that's like annoying to hear from somebody. And I know you're in pain, and I know it sucks and money sucks. Let me tell you, I know all about that too. We've had a rough year. Last year was like one of the worst years of my life. I get it. And all you can do is you got to remember and focus on the good things and the love and the positivity, and you got to manifest what you need, because the energy you're putting out there, and anger is an energy. And if you're putting that out there, like, I'm angry with the universe, I'm mad, you're lowering your vibration and you're not allowing the healing to come. You're causing more physical pain. I don't know if you understand that, but I've had to figure this out. When I'm angry, my pain is worse. My stomach issues are worse. I got really angry when I got the diagnosis, because I thought to myself, why has it taken so long, when it's clear as day what was wrong, for them to diagnose me and everyone in my family? I had to lose a child. I mean, my mother suffered her whole life. My grandmother, like, why has it taken that so long? It's because we don't take charge of our health. We have to be in charge of our life, our health, our mental state. We're in charge of it. And that's what I learned this year, is that no longer am I going to be relying on the doctors. I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to do my own research. I'm going to advocate for myself. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to change my mindset. I'm going to send myself healing. We can all do this, and it works. And I can tell you that, because if you look at me 6 months ago versus now, it's night and day. It really is. So that's my thing for the universe, is like, we all have to take charge, and we have to be in charge of like ourselves and the universe around us, because that's how we're going to change the whole world. Right?
Amen.
Oh my God, like, today's been a rough day, but I'm like happy about it. It doesn't matter,
No, it's all good. And believe me, I can vouch for Kelley 6 months ago from today. Kelley's vibe is totally on a higher plane. She has a mission, she has a message, and she's getting it out there. And you know why? Because she's feeling better, even though she's still dealing with pain, but at least she has answers, or at least she has a path, right?
Yeah.
You have a method, a system. She's working it. And that's what is great, is that, and that's what's so inspiring about you, Kelley, and a lot of people who go through challenges in life, is to watch them just, deal with it, or work their way through it, or find the answers. And that's what we're hoping for you, Bernadette, is just keep being curious, keep asking, keep, going to your friends, asking for help,
Prayers,
researching, prayers. Yep.
positive energy. I mean, science is coming around. Science has proven that positive thinking helps us heal. That is a proven fact now. I don't know where it's at, but look it up. You'll find it. I read it on I read the science journals all the time. I'm a nerd. Anyways, and they talked about how prayer and all these things they've proven in hospitals how the difference is in healing.
Larry Dawsey, I mean, you're going back to Larry Dawsey, right? This is about studies for prayer in hospitals. Absolutely. They do this is studied now scientifically, that energy is energy and people can feel it. And that's why we have prayer groups and healing groups. So please keep this in mind. And yeah, affirmations, affirmations, they will help you, Bernadette, and everyone else. You really want to get some affirmations on a Post-it note, put them everywhere in your house, and invite that higher vibration into your heart, invite that energy into your home, and it will help you. It will help you move the energy to a higher vibration of healing, of gratitude, of finding the answers, of staying open or opening up to insights that maybe you wouldn't have received otherwise.
Or helping other people is a very powerful healing thing as well. Bernadette, your friends are all in spirit. You don't have friends. You have friends. Everybody in this community is your friend. You have got, if you want to join, or maybe you are joined, the Healing Prayer Circle. I mean, we have a beautiful spiritual community created here. There is plenty of opportunities to have fantastic friends in this community. I'll be the first one to say, I didn't have a lot of friends until I started developing my mediumship. And it was so interesting because it's so hard to make friends as an adult. And I'm a bit of an oddball, and I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and so I just didn't make friends very well as an adult. I had 5 friends since age 11. Before that, I had no friends. And I'm still friends with those 5 people. And as an adult, I've made very few new friends until I started developing as a psychic medium. And now I feel like I have Cheryl. She's a beautiful soul. I had Allison, who's passed, but I still feel her. I have Jules. I have all these wonderful other medium friends who I consider my friends. And I think to myself, I'm closer with them than I am with my 5 friends since childhood. Like,
True, that's very true. And hey, look, just to say what Jennifer McCormick was saying, let's highlight that. I mean, Jennifer is talking about bringing music and vibration into healing. That is so powerful. I mean, listening to even songs on YouTube or chanting or rock and roll music or, sound baths, all of this.
Inspirational music, like I started doing last year.
What did you start doing last year?
Listening to inspirational music, like high vibing music, like I told you, it's like pop or new age music, but it's like fun and something you'd hear on the radio, but everything is like a positive affirmation in the songs. So you're singing affirmations.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but feel better, which absolutely means it's lifting your soul, it's lifting your vibration. So look, these things are within you, and it's no coincidence that you're with us on the show today, Bernadette, with this very topic that we are speaking of.
And Albert said he's my friend till the end. He's one of my students and now my friends, and I don't consider him really a student anymore because Albert's working and he's an amazing medium and a healer. And so thank you, Albert. You will always be my friend. And as my husband calls you, my work husband.
Is that right?
He calls him my work husband. He goes, is your work husband going to be there so I don't need to check up on you at night? Yes. But we're building a community. That's what we're doing. This is a community of souls that we need each other in a loving way. We're here for each other. So remember that.
Look, we'll be doing some readings too for the show before we end our program today. But look, there's no coincidence. Like everybody is on this program, Bernadette, sending you love, sending you light, and for anyone else who may need it. We understand that we are vibrational beings, and we are all calling in our guides and angels to help you and to help anyone in pain. I mean, that is the worst, to be in pain, right, Kelley? I mean, it just really stops you in your tracks.
For it. No one prepares you for it. I have a high pain tolerance. I'll say that because I've been in pain since childhood and I've learned to tolerate and just deal with it. But when you hit menopause, something shifts. I don't know what it is, but the pain became 100 times worse. It was just not tolerable. There were days where and I told my husband, not that I'm ever suicidal, but I just said, I don't want to live like this.
Yeah.
This is not what life is. This is not how I want to feel. I need to change this or I can't survive. And so I changed it,
Yeah. That's exactly what you're saying to Bernadette, is that you decided to change it. You're like, I can't do this anymore. I got to change it. Something's got to happen. Something's got to get better. And then life happens. Spirit guides happen.
It's
lines you up. You found the right doctor.
Everything goes, everything lined up.
All of a sudden, Kelley's telling me about this whole outfitted team that's helping her out, and they're finding these answers for you.
5 specialists now I have to go see. I'm getting my son in to get his diagnosis and get seen and get healed. Yeah, it's been a lot. I'm the family healer. Me and my sister, because we're the most messed up. We have so many doctor visits. Like we're the ones who figured it out. Her and I.
Hey, look, and let me just clarify, because you're reminding me that some of the most amazing healers or are people who have challenges. Like no one's perfect. It's not like you fix your life and then you go be a medium, or you fix your life and then you go be a healer, because that's what people are waiting on. They're like, oh, I can't do a healer yet. I'm hurting. It's like, no, this is part of your lesson, is for you to also receive the healing, for you also to let this teach you something about the work that you're doing.
Well, we can heal ourselves. That's the thing. If we take the time to listen to our bodies, if we take the time to center ourselves and sit with ourselves and not just clear our minds and just surrender to the universe and say, what do I need to do? You get so much insight, so much guidance.
Yes. And And people have forgotten that. They've forgotten how to take time for themselves, or how to be in the mindfulness, in the quietness, in the stillness, because there's so much we can learn ourselves by sitting in that quietness with our own hearts, with our own questions, with the time that it takes to hear that quietness. They always say the stillness, there's so much noise, or there's so much information in the quietness and the stillness.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, have you ever noticed that people just don't like silence?
Yep. Some people just need five different things on: the TV, the radio, the phone's got to be ringing.
And you have to think, so I'm one of those people, like, I have a hard time with silence. And I had to really look at that because I was like, why do I have to have some like noise all the time? So I've been working on not having anything on and just doing my painting in my
Mhm,
rocks, or reading articles or whatever, just taking like some time every day to just be with me. It's been
mhm.
hard because we're not taught that, Cheryl. We're not.
And look, once you start listening in the quietness, I mean, look, listening to guided meditations is okay, but
Yeah.
once you can start practicing stillness, quietness, you will find that it's a very serenity feeling. It's just very calming of the nervous system, and it really is all about the nervous system. That is the information that we're picking up in our world, and sometimes it's just too much. We all need to really practice that self-care.
Have you ever just had this feeling like you just want to go off into the mountains for like 2 weeks and just like leave
Yeah,
all your
yeah,
electronics, just
yeah,
relax and enjoy
yeah,
nature?
just yeah,
I
just
keep threatening to do that. You guys might feel like, "Oh, I'll just be gone for a month," or going to Peru to go live on this farm for a month. I've been threatening to do that for years. Just to like leave all of it and just be in nature. Sometimes I feel like our souls need that.
absolutely.
So I would love to tap into Kay Wesley Jones' grandmother.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's catching my eye, and
alright.
he passed recently, December 28th, 2025, so I'm so sorry, Kay Wesley Jones, um, and I'm just gonna call you Kay. It's easier, but, I do wanna say I did feel her right away, and I really just felt like I wanted to scream like, "I'm having a great time over here, I'm having a party
Mhm,
with all my family and friends." I feel like she's living life over there, and I know that's like what a contradiction, but I feel like she's saying, like, hey, I'm okay, I'm doing great, I'm not alone, I'm with all this family, all my friends, and a lot of love, and I'm with you always. And she's also feels like somebody that like helped raise you, because she feels very maternal to you, Kay. So let me know if you understand that. I do feel like she wants you to know she's proud of you, and she appreciates you, and she wants to thank you for everything you did for her, because I feel like you were always very close to her emotionally. And I feel like she's saying you were such a good grandson, but I almost feel like she's saying like you were like a son to her. That's what I feel. And she wants to send you love. Now, I don't know if you ever met your grandfather, her husband, and I don't know if she had more than one husband, because I feel like there might have been two, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm
mm.
sorry if I'm wrong. But I do feel like there is a man that's coming through that would be like a grandfather to you, that is also sending love. So I'm going to pass it over to Cheryl. And if you could let me know in the comments what you understand and what you don't understand, that'd be great.
So I'm getting a grandmother. I know this is big for anyone listening, but I feel like a grandmother named Elizabeth is coming through. I don't know if this is your grandmother, Kay, or maybe Elizabeth's, but I do feel the name Elizabeth coming through for grandmother. Also, to say that your father is on the other side as well. So if you guys can take that information, let me know. I also felt January to be significant for this person. So I don't think this is Kay's grandmother, but I just felt someone on this call is around, named Elizabeth, wanting to come through. I do feel it's for a female actually more than a male at this time, but I guess K is a male. So yeah, if you can understand that, let me know.
What did you
Grandmother,
say?
yeah,
Susan Needham is saying, oh, it's her mom, not a grandmother. Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought it said grandmother, but it was mom.
that's okay.
I thought that'd be cool.
Yeah. Also, may I just work with Keith for a moment? Keith is asking, he was wondering about an angel has a message for you. And I'm feeling that I'm hearing that your path has been rocky lately, or the past several months, is what I'm hearing. There is kind of a turning point for you coming up. And I feel like this, I also feel like a new career path, just to tell you, this just dropped in for you. Like next month is a big deal for you. Are you considering a new career path or a new employment somewhere? So, but you definitely have guides, and you have certainly been asking them in, and that you are surrounded by them is how I'm supposed to. So Kathy's saying that her grandmother's Elizabeth, her dad's on the other side, and her birthday is in January. I'm loving that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
true. The path is rocky. Yeah. Yeah, Kathy. So just for your grandmother, Elizabeth, I just want to know that she's coming through, and that you'll hear her with bells or with chimes, but she's so funny. She's like, I'm on the other side. Like, what do they say? Dancing with bells on your feet. Is that what they say? It's that type of,
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
I'm really bad with those things. I like them up and I think it's right. And my family laughs at me.
Look, I know, Kay Wes, you're a guy. I see your photo, but even with glasses on, it's gotta, but
Yeah.
yeah, we know you're a
Yeah,
guy.
so he answered some of those. So I think Cheryl was getting someone else, and maybe the man I
Mm.
got through was your dad. But I felt like I got a man that was coming through that was like close to your grandmother, Kay, and I felt like you either didn't know him very well, or he died when you were very young, or before you were born. That's why I was asking, because I feel like there was two men, and so maybe one was your dad and one was your grandfather. But one of them, I feel like you didn't know him very well, or you didn't get to be around him very long. So I hope that helps. Yes.
And Keith, I do feel new employment coming with you, and I did feel once again August to be like, and expect more than more than one opportunity. Like something is really happening with your energy, like you're really coming into an alignment of something that you really want in life and something that you enjoy doing. So, you may get more than one offer here. So just let us know, okay?
I feel like that's really good too. Yeah, I feel
You
like this
feel that?
you just said, yeah, like things are going to be turning a corner here for him, a good way.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad you can understand that.
Yeah. Um, okay, so Cahill asked, may I ask for a message today, please? Anything from the higher self, higher good regarding career and purpose and path. And I maybe I'm saying that wrong. It's Colley. Am I saying that right? Help me out, Cheryl.
No,
I
it
don't know.
sounds good.
We'll call you Colley. I'm sorry. I thought it said Cahill, but then now I'm seeing it better. So as I tune in, I honestly feel like this is a year of change for you. I feel like there's been a lot of transition. I do feel like the message I keep hearing for you is really don't give up on your dreams and follow like what makes you happy. Don't follow the money, because I feel like sometimes you follow the money and then you're not happy in the place that you're at, because I keep hearing like if you just do what makes you happy, it's coming. And to follow those dreams, like you're good at everything you do, just put your mind to what makes you happy. That's what I keep hearing. And I also feel like, are you looking for a job? Because I almost feel like there's a career change, or there's a shift in your career at happening right now. It just feels like you're in transition right now, or it's about to happen. That's the feeling I get. So let me know if you understand that in the comments, please. And I'm going to pass it to you, Cheryl.
Okay, I know we have just a little bit of time left. God, these show goes by so quickly, and we wish we could have double the time. But I did see someone on Instagram. I wanted to answer their question. Iran Williams is asking, how can we raise our vibrations when we feel tired and depleted?
Good question.
Good question. And that's really a talk I'm going to give later tonight in my energy transformation session. So it's came right out at me. But look, sometimes, let me just say, sometimes you do need to rest. Okay. You can't push, you can't keep carrying a heavy load if you're really tired. So there's the part of that where you really need to take care of your health and number one, okay? But having said that, there are ways to raise your vibration. One of them is to not force it, don't push it. is to allow and receive the information. Let the universe work for you. Let the messages come to you rather than pushing or making things or feeling you have to do something to make it happen. So, really, it is all about being connected to your own true power of what you're able to do and to be in alignment with your power, be in alignment that the universe is working for you and not against you. And
Mhm.
sometimes when things are harder, that is our message to kind of reassess the situation, let's just say. So I hope
Um,
that's helpful.
I love that. And I just want to add, like, sometimes we need to work on our perspective and we need to find a positive even in a difficult situation. And I know that sometimes that seems impossible. And I do know this because I lost a child. And I had to do this for myself because maybe this is just me, but it's really helped me tremendously is to use that. What have I learned from this painful, you know, thing that happened to me? And what I had to learn was gratitude for being a mother to this child, gratitude for all the lessons he taught me, gratitude for having him for as long as I did. I had to look and change my perspective instead of saying, like, all of this bad things are happening to me. The universe took my child, they punished me. I had to change that view in order for me to survive. And so that was one of the ways that helped me raise my vibration, is changing my perspective and trying to find a positive in a difficult situation or finding the good side of it. And that can be really hard to do.
Thank you for adding that. Thanks for adding that, Kelly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know that helped me a lot tremendously. And giving back to others helped me. Being there, being in service to others, it helped me through my difficult time and my pain. Yeah.
That's what they always say, if you want to start feeling good about yourself and your life, help someone else, right? Volunteer, see what you can donate from your life. Try to help people less fortunate than you, and that seems to really help a lot of people. It kind of gets our heads screwed back on right, or puts things in perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I think I try to look every day at people now with a new perspective as well. Like, it's hard to explain, but like because I'm a mom, so I look at my kids' friends and how they are and the things that are going on in their lives, and I think how blessed I am that I'm not going through those things, and that I have because my son's probably a healer just like me, and of course he attracts people just like I do that are you know um trying to find their way through life. Lost souls, I call them. We are collectors of lost souls, my son and I, and we're healers, and so I think we attract those types of people because we're healing for them. And I see him doing that with his friends, and I have to look at their lives and say, like, I am so blessed. Like, life isn't easy, it isn't fun, but I'm still so blessed. And
Mhm.
other people have it much harder, and I know this, and I have to remember that. That helps me.
And this isn't about judgment. We're not judging others. It's all about discernment and learning what you can from people, and that everyone's our teacher, no matter what their age is.
And I just want to answer Bernadette. Yes, Bernadette, I do have mentorship programs. Right now, I have a 6-month that just started. It's month 2 already. So next year, Cheryl and I are talking about doing a mentorship 6 months or a year. We haven't decided yet. We're going to discuss it here. And I'm excited about that. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be kind of like a seeing beyond mentorship, right? I don't know what we're going to call it. And I also do one-to-one mentorship. And I know Cheryl does one-to-one mentorship as well. And she has her other mentorship programs as well. I don't know if you want to share about those, but we both teach and we both
Yeah.
mentor. And I do psychic sit-ups, which just started on yesterday. And that's just development for people that are already doing psychic readings or mediumship readings. We give you exercises to practice twice a week, 4 times a week. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so right, and so thanks, Kelly. Yeah, I do a monthly mentorship program called my Inner Circle Monthly Mentorship, where I have students and we have breakout rooms on Zoom and we practice and help each other. And then also, I do also have my one-to-one private mentoring session where I'm actually helping people, even opening and developing their spirituality. So whether you want to be a medium or a psychic or just learn how to do it for yourself is great, but also people who just want to learn more about spirit. So that's what I've really been blessed with helping.
Yes, that's great. Did you want to share any events you have happening?
Thanks. I know we're running right at the end of our program, but let me just add, guys, I have a beautiful small group reading event happening this Thursday. I think there's a ticket left. Please check it out on Eventbrite or my website. But it's my small group readings, Circle of Love. I love those. Very, very intimate group, only 6 people. Everyone's guaranteed a reading. And then once again, I have my wonderful memberships, my Healing Prayer Circle memberships, my energy transformation sessions, which we're meeting tonight in just about an hour from now. And we're going to talk about reclaiming your power. That's our topic for tonight. So, think about that. Check out my memberships on my website, mediumcheryl.com.
Yes. And I have a small group reading that's coming up. I think July 26th. It's online. Everybody gets a reading. It's max 10 people, and it's about 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on if it's 8 or 10 people. So I have that coming up, and I honestly don't think I have anything else. I just can't think. Go to my website, mediumkelly.com/events, or look at my classes, or all of that. I'm like drawing a total blank.
So look, someone from Instagram was just asking, the real turtle was asking, are you doing readings tonight? It's like, oh, we're doing readings tonight. So I know you logged on just now, but look, join us next week, everyone. We'll be doing more readings. I'll be happy to connect with you, along with Kelly Eckhart's going to be here. Kelly, it's great to have you here tonight. I know that you're busy out in Huntington, and but it's great to have you here. We love doing this show for everyone. Look, if you have any topics you'd like us to talk about, please send us an email at questions@seeingbeyondradio.com. And also you can check out both of our websites, mediumkelly.com, Kelley, and mediumcheryl.com. We always ask if you would please, subscribe to our YouTube channels, like us, follow us on social media, really share. As Kelly was mentioning, we are building this beautiful community. We love that you're a part of it, and we love to attract anyone that's looking to develop their intuition, their curiosity about spirit and the cosmos. We're always here to help. So thank you again so much for being with us, everyone. We'll see you again next week.
And thank you also to Kelly Brickle and to the Sacred Spiral Network. We're so grateful to be on this network. I feel like we found home.
Oh, that's great, guys. Thank you again, everyone. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your week.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
See you next Wednesday.